Libra, welcome to the Winds of Jupiter June 2018 tarot reading. They have a good reading here. Actually, the Libras in the last little while have really had a horseshoe up their arse lately. You've been really lucky with the cards. And it seems like the Libras are real interested in what's going on because around your solar return, your birthday, I had a lot of private readings for Libras. Now, you folks always want things to be in balance. And the rune that you received was Tiwaz, which means the Norse god of war. But this isn't about war. This is about balance, justice, law, and logic. And this goes right down the line of what Libra seeks. This epitomizes your sign of finding balance and fairness. It's kind of a tenuous and scary thing to keep making decision after decision to keep things into balance. And I don't know, here this month in June, you might not keep everything in balance because the Minchiati card, a deck that I put together with all the virtues and elements and zodiac signs, along with infinity and chaos, and you received chaos. So I don't think everything's going to be kept completely in balance, which might make you uncomfortable. But you have a new beginning because the overall energy card is the Ace of Wands. This is fire energy. This is you. This is a call to action for a promise for new things, new exploits, new challenges, new creative inspirations. There's some kind of fruitful endeavor that you're going to get involved in. This is heaven giving the earthly plane a message of good fortune. It's an awakening card. It's a card about passion, family, health, energy, and instilling more energy into the system. There could be some fast-moving developments going on here. You're going to have some creative visions that are going to start taking form and actually going into reality. You know, this can be a wildfire of new love, business, career, but it has an intensity to it that you have to keep down and keep mellow so you don't go into that chaos card. The chaos card is very similar to the tower card, and it can be positive in just saying that there's going to be a change of circumstances. But there is going to be some wand challenges because the cards on the left, for what you know, is the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Lots of fire energy in this. The Seven of Wands is saying some people aren't agreeing with the direction you're going, or maybe you're not agreeing with yourself, and that's why you're getting the Ace of Wands for the new promise, for a new beginning. Whatever it is, there's kind of a struggle going on, a push and a pull, and you're now reviewing your own beliefs. Because if you're disagreeing with people, usually you're representing your beliefs, and sometimes you go, wait a minute, do I really believe this? This card has come up quite often in the last week in my readings. I think a lot of people are looking back and saying, well, you know, I say one thing, but I do another. Because what you really believe, you live. You live every day of your life. Now, you can say anything that you believe this, but if it's not part of your life, you don't believe it. Now, the Nine of Wands is kind of a respite card. You're going to take a time out to figure things out a little bit. But it's a card saying here that you're managing it well. You're getting to the end point of something. You're ready to leap over the finish line, and right now you want to make sure you know what you're doing. 9 is the number of coming to a completion. And that bodes well with the Ace of Wands giving you a new beginning. Now the cards in the center for what is or can be yours, you receive the Tower and the Queen of Swords. Now the Tower is saying that there's a change of circumstances coming up. There was a definite need for some new incoming and some old outgoing. I don't think this was one of those crash and burn tower things. It was just some tremors under your feet. You knew it was time to change. And the Queen of Swords is governing all this. She's not letting your emotions get involved in all of this chaos and tower stuff and disagreeing with people. Now she's saying, let's use some logic and reason. Let's look 2 or 3 moves ahead, like a chess game, so we know what we're doing. keeping track of everything. She's holding the sword of truth. And she's one that's going to make sure that everything is going well and going right. She might be considered the Ice Queen, but when it's time for a new direction, she's definitely the type of energy you want behind you. And with this Ace of Wands with fire, and you can get burned by fire, the Queen of Swords is excellent there. Using your intellect, using your logic, like the Tiwa's Rune is saying, to find the balance that you're looking for. Now your self-awareness or your awareness cards is the Sun and the Eight of Wands. Both cards are those two cards are probably the most positive cards in the deck. Prosperity, success from the Sun, clarity, understanding. And understanding is where you learn purpose. Your purpose in life. What's going on? What direction do you want to take? And the Eight of Wands is there to say that there's going to be some sudden changes. And of course, with the Tower there in the Chaos card, well, yeah, some sudden changes are coming up. But this card helps with the transition. Mellows the transition out. Brings in messages. Can even bring in travel. 8 is the karmic equalizer number. It's an excellent number for Libra. You had the 7 and 9 back there in what you know, and now you slipped an 8 right in between. It seems like this Sun card is saying that you're now focusing on something. Wherever you draw your attention, it shines a light on. But here in particular, with the new Ace of Wands beginning, you're now putting things into focus for this new project, new enterprise, new endeavor. And this could be a new job, a different job, opening a business. Whatever it is, something is flourishing. And everything's falling into place. The Eight of Wands indicates that. You know, the immovable mountain that just wouldn't move for the longest time, all of a sudden can move. Things are going to start to go into motion. We got a lot of fire energy. Your energy. Now your future cards are the Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, 9 of Pentacles, and 10 of Pentacles. My goodness. 3 out of 4 are Pentacles. It's saying to go back down to earth and ground yourself. Don't get ahead of yourself with these wands. Don't get burnt by fire. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the court. And he is saying to slow down a little bit. Know where you're going. Make sure you're testing the waters a little bit with your toes before you make a lot of commitments. Because the Judgment card is there too, and there's going to be some accountability if the horse gets ahead of the cart. It's time to change things around a little bit and make sure you know where you're going. Make sure you're ameliorating all of this chaos in the Tower and are handling things well during these transition times. Judgment is saying that you're going through a little bit of a spiritual journey now in the future with this earthly journey that's being promised with all these pentacles. Now the 9 of Pentacles is a card about fulfillment, satisfaction, happiness. 9 is the number of wisdom. Whatever it is that you decide to do with this Ace of Wands, which is a wild card now for you, is going to bring this satisfaction to you. And if you see, it's a progression from the 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles, bringing in security, happiness. And this can even indicate family happiness and togetherness, success, career success, business success. All of this is promised with the Ace of Wands. And if you can handle through the transition of some of this chaos and Tower. Because otherwise you have a focus and a lot of movement cards. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.